Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Children's Church. I'm so glad to have you here with me. And we're in the last week of telling stories Jesus told. And today is a short story, so you get to hear a lot of me talking instead of reading. All right, so up until now, we talked about the parable of the sower last month, but that was for a different lesson. We talked about Jesus telling stories about parable of the lost coin, parable of the lost sheep, the parable of the widow's mites. Today we're talking about the parable of the hidden treasure and the parable of the pearl of great price, which is just a really fun phrase to say. I invite you to say it very loudly right now so your parents know you're watching the lesson. The pearl of great price. Anyway, we're going to jump in with Matthew chapter 13, verse 44. The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure buried in a field that a man found and reburied. Then in his joy goes and sells everything he has and buys that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant in search of fine pearls. When he found one priceless pearl, he went and sold everything he had and bought it. I told you it was short. Anyway, why are they important? Well, like I've told you again and again, Jesus used the things people knew to explain the stories to them. So, well, we all know what treasure is, right? So, it's about following Jesus. That's the broad strokes. So he finds a treasure in a field and he reburies it. And then he sells everything he has so he can have the field. That was Jesus' way of saying sometimes, in order to follow God, we have to put aside other things. I'm not saying don't enjoy things, guys. Hang on, we're looking at the broad things, not the small things. I'm talking, it's mostly talking about people who don't know God already, you guys do, who have things in their life that weigh them down, keep them away from the things of God, things that could be hurting them. They have to sell those or get rid of those so they can follow after God. Whereas the pearl of great price, I think, is a slightly different metaphor. That's why Jesus told both of them. That's someone who is looking for knowledge. The person who found something in a field was someone looking for their heart. This is someone looking for knowledge. And they are looking and looking. And when they finally find the word of Jesus, it enters their heart and they let go of all the other things. Because they finally found what they're looking for. The pearl of great price. The thing that means the most to them. So why are these two both important? There's two different ways people come to God. They hear the word and they study everything. They want to know it inside and out. And they learn God through his word. They learn God through studying. Then there's another kind of person who is troubled in their heart. And they find God through another person. Someone who touches their heart and shows them what God is like. That person is like the treasure chest in the field. The person searching for knowledge is the pearl of great price. These are both ways that you can find God, and ideally you do both. I grew up knowing the phrase, know what you believe and why you believe it. That is what I endeavor to do for you guys. I want you guys to not only hear the stories and hear the lessons, but know where to find them so you can look it up yourself and understand it. I want you to find the pearl of great price that is the knowledge of God. But I also worry about your heart. I want you to find the treasure in the field too. That's what I wanted to talk about today. We're going to close the book on stories Jesus told for now. There's more, but we're going to close the book on it for now. And we'll see what we talk about next month when we start up next week. And I'll see you guys then. I love you very much. Bye.